Okay, we need to draw this figure in third angle projection. Now just begin by drawing your construction line. Okay, let's mark this as our center point. Let's measure the angle of 90 degrees. Okay, then we may measure the distance of 5 millimeters each side. Five millimeters, 5 millimeters, 5. Then we may draw faint lines. Okay, now in third angle projection, in order to draw the top view, always the top view is drawn up, either at this point or at this point here. Then the side view, we have been given the right hand side view. This means we will draw it at the same side, right side, and it is always down, either at this point or this point. So this means the right side, it will be at this point, then our top view will be at this point here. So when I'm at the top, what I will see the distance of from the starting point here to the end point, which is 130 millimeters, and this point here, which is 50 millimeters. So I'll see 130 and 5 centimeters. Okay, then I may draw my lines. So when I'm at the top, I will see the distance of 40 millimeters and 50 millimeters, then 40 millimeters. So I'll see the distance of 4 centimeters, 5 centimeters and 4 millimeters. Okay, then I may draw my lines. Okay, then I will see the box here, which is as the distance of from this point to this point is 30 millimeters. Then given the distance from this point to this point, which is 10 millimeters, and here 10 millimeters, then if the distance from here to here is 50 millimeters, this means the distance from here to here is 10, then here to here it will be 30. This means that our box is a square of 30 millimeters side. So we may measure 10 here, 10, then 10 millimeters, then 10 millimeters. Then at this point, draw a line. So at this point, draw a line. Then at this point here, draw a line. Then at this point here, we draw a line. So our box, it will be this side. Now we may bold it. Also our distance here, we may bold it. Okay. Then I will see these lines from this point here to this point, these lines which has the distance of 10 millimeters from here to here, and from this side to this side is 20 millimeters. Also the other side will be 20 millimeters. So I'll see the distance of 20 here, then 20. Okay, but from this side here, I will see the distance of 5 millimeters, and at the other side 5 millimeters. Okay, then now I may bold my lines that I will see this distance from here to here, this distance, so this distance, Then I will see this distance here. Okay, now those are visible regions, but there is a shape here out here down, which has the distance of 10 millimeters and 10 millimeters, okay, which I will not see it when I am at the top, so I will draw dotted lines. Okay, now that will be my top view. Let's now come to draw the front view, which will be at the down vertical to top view. Okay, now when I am at this point here, what I will see, I will also see this distance from here to here, okay, which is 130 millimeters. But in order to draw my front view easily, I need to draw all the dimensions. I need to shift all the dimension from the top view coming this side. So I'll just use faint lines. Okay, so what I will see the distance. I will see this distance here from here to here, which is already here from this point to this point. Also, I will see the height now, which is, I will see the distance from this point to this point here, but I've been given this distance from this point here to this point is 30 millimeters, but also I've been given this distance from this point to this point here, which is 15 millimeters. Then I've been given this point to this point, which is 5 millimeters. If this is 5 millimeters, this means the distance from this point to this point is 10 millimeters, and the distance from this point to this point is 20 millimeters. Now I will measure 20 millimeters, then 10 millimeters, then 5 millimeters. So 20 millimeters, then 10 millimeters, then 5 millimeters. So I need to draw lines. Okay, then after, what I will see this point here from this side to this side, which has the distance of 5 millimeters, and also at the other side 5 millimeters, which is this distance from here to here, also from here to here, and also I'll see this distance of 5 millimeters, which is this distance from here to here. So I may bold it. Okay, then now I'll see my line as lie to a certain angle coming to this side here. Okay, then I'll see this line here coming to this point here, this line coming to this point, also this line coming to this point. Okay, then now I'll see this line coming to this point, and this line coming to this point, this line to this point, and this one to the other point here. Okay, then I will see now my line to this point coming to this point, also coming downwards to this distance of 5 millimeters. Okay, then I'll see now my line, this one, of 10 millimeters from this point to this point, 10 millimeters, this one to this point to this point. Also I see now the line of 5 millimeters from this point here to this point, which is this one. Okay, now for the sake of front view, those are the visible regions, but also in our drawing it has a box inside here where at the top view we have already seen it, but in front view we can't see it, so we need to identify it by dotted lines, which are the distance of this point to this point here. So we will indicate dotted lines. Okay, now that will be our front view. Now let's come to draw the side view at this side. Okay, now in order to draw our side view easily, we need to prolong our dimensions. At the front view we need to shift our dimensions here, and our top view we need to draw an angle of 45 degrees here in order to shift our dimensions. So we measure an angle of 45 degrees, 45, okay. Then now we shift our points, our dimensions, shift all dimensions, okay. Then Okay, then at this point here we need to draw them vertical, but they need to be parallel to all vertical lines. Okay, now there we have already shifted our dimensions. Now we may begin drawing our side view. Now we are at this point here. Okay, now what I will see the distance of 5 millimeters. I mean 5 centimeters, which is 50 millimeters from this point to this point here. But our distance of 50 millimeters, we have it already, which is the distance from here to here. Now we have already shifted our dimensions. Now will be the distance from this point to this point. Okay, so I'll just see a line here, and I'll see the height now of 30 millimeters from this point here to this point here. Then I will see the distance of 5 millimeters, this point here. Okay, now I'll just see the distance of 30 millimeters, I mean from this point to this point. Remember, this is the distance of 20 millimeters, then I will have 10 millimeters, which will be 30 millimeters from here to this point. Okay, then I'll see here the distance of 30 millimeters, also here the distance of 30. Okay, then now I'll see this distance here of 10 millimeters, which at the top view we measured it, that the distance of 10 millimeters, also the distance of 10 millimeters, which is the hidden features. But at the side view we can see now our hidden features. Which is that 10 and yeah, 10. Then I will see this distance. Okay, then I will see my lines here of 10 millimeters, which my dimensions are at this side, from this point to this point, this point to this point. So it will be from this point to this point. Okay, so for the sake of visible regions, I will only see that, but there is an hidden feature which I will not see it when I am at this side here, which is the box. But my dimensions of the box I have it already from this point to this point. Now I will come with my dimensions, so it will be at this point also here at this point, so I'll draw dotted lines. Okay, now that will be our orthographic progression.